There should be a million lubias inside, and yeah, there are a lot of them chilling. Hello everybody, and welcome to this week's video. Last week's we showed you how the spider that molted look. I showed you if they ate or not, and today I'm gonna show you another important fact. It's the fact that they need to eat. And what do they eat? Roaches. So today we are gonna go and talk about food, which is a really important factor in keeping tarantulas as well. My problem is I don't have the best room or the best capacity of food to keep it self-sustaining, so in like a half a yearly basis I need to replenish my food supply for my tarantulas. So today I'm gonna show you what roaches I keep, how I keep them, and what I feed them, and their whole entire life cycle. So first of all, we're gonna unbox some stuff we got from our roach guy friend. Also, what I wanted to talk about is that roaches are super expensive, and I think at the end of the year, or even like a little bit next year, I should really be considering and just making my own roach farm, because when I started this hobby, the roaches were, I think dubias were 10 cents a roach, and right now it's looking like 40 to 45 if you buy it from a store that is like, you know, official store. Of course, Roach Guy is not official and it's a little bit cheaper, but it's still expensive. So first of all, let's look what's in here. And oh, it's gonna escape, so I'm gonna try and show you. It's actually lateralis roaches, and look at them all. It's about 300 of them in here, mixed. I always buy mixed roaches, but there they are. You know, it's never too little of them. It's always, I guess, I always like the medium-sized roaches, and the problem is that they are tropical roaches. They are mostly thriving in like warmer climates, and my basement is not really sufficient in that. But again, I'm gonna try to fix that this year. But yeah, 300 roaches, enough for a couple of months. I do have some offsprings, but the problem I have is that when they lay eggs, the females, which is the blackish reddish colorations, you see the roaches. I'm gonna try to zoom in and hopefully none of them escape. There we go. The reddish ones are the females, and the orangey ones with the wings are the males. If you can see, there you go, a little bit better. But yeah, when they lay eggs, I don't know how long the cycle is, so I think it's at least a couple of months. But when they lay eggs and they get to maturity, it's like 3-4 months, I guess. And in that time, need to feed the spiders again. So it's always a cycle. I have a bunch of juveniles, but I don't have enough of adults, and that's my problem. And then I keep the juveniles alive, and I feed them with mealworms, and that's why mealworms are so good, but they're not the healthiest for tarantulas, so there's that problem. I just feed the mealworms in the meantime. But you know, sustainable enough would be that I have plenty supply of adult male roaches that are good and much healthier for tarantulas than the mealworms, because these don't contain as much fat and they're just more protein based, a lot more protein based. They don't really have any fat in them, I think a little bit, but yeah, better for your lizards, which I have as well, and also better for your tarantulas. So that's the red runners. I do love these roaches. I had Cinerea roaches. I think my editor will show them on your screen here. It's the lobster roaches if you want to search them. But yeah, I had those and they are still alive. I have plenty of them, but the roach guy didn't have them this time. So what I'm doing with lobster roaches is just having them and feeding them and everything, so the population regrows. But yes, I do have lobster roaches, or Cinerea, a Latin name as well. So here, what do we have here? We shall check it out. Here are the mealworms. Also, really important, it's a cycle that I do, which is feed dubias one a month, and then the next month I feed them to these worms to keep, of course, again, to keep the population of my dubia adult roaches healthy and growing. But the dubia life cycle, I think it's 9 months. I think my roach guy told me 8 months. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But it's a longer time. And in the meantime, what I mean is from baby to adult. That's what I mean, life cycle. So in the meantime, I need to get some other roaches, and I think our other food, and this is just perfect for in between. They grow a little bit bigger. This is just juveniles, but I have them in like a braplast box with a lot of, like, I keep them the same as mealworms, with a little bit, I feed them like with salad and everything, but I keep them in like a braplast box with oat flakes. Oat flakes don't gather that much moisture, so it's good for them, and they can dig and eat it, and it's natural and organic and everything, so that's cool. But yeah, that's super worms. Nothing more to say about them. I had a lot of unluck. I didn't have luck with growing them out, because whenever I try, they just, the worms kind of die off and they don't turn into beetles. But I heard that you need to have them at higher temperatures, and also you need to put them in soil so they feel safer, and they basically make more eggs in soil, and then from the soil and the roach and the beetles you get eggs for this. But haven't had success with it. A roach guy has, so I'm gonna take some advice from him and try to make myself some Zophobomoria worms again, which would be good. Okay, here is a first dubia box. I think we are almost at the end. Yeah, we are. We have 2 more dubia boxes, and then we're gonna go check on my mealworm farm, which is also important, and then we're gonna basically go into the den, and I'm gonna show you my roach farm and everything. But yeah, this is a roach that molted recently. The hell hasn't, oh, I'm showing you wrongly. This is the roach that molted recently. It hasn't hardened. It's not albino. My editor will also just call it albino, but it's not. It's just a recently molted roach, and in a couple of days, I'm not showing you on the camera, in a couple of days it will regrow and turn brownish blackish. There you go. Can you see it? There you go. Roachy roach. Cool. So yes, here he didn't have the big ones, the big dubias, which are 6 centimeters in leg, you know, the size in leg span. I say leg span because of the tarantulas, but it's not really leg span. They don't really like the light, so they're not really showing you, but I think I ordered 300 of the big ones, and the second portion should be in there. I'm gonna close this off camera. Let's open the second box as well. There you go. See, better. They weren't so scared of light, but they try to go in as much as they can. Yes, got the roaches today. I'm gonna relocate them today as well. No, you're not escaping, buddy. They're not gross. I think people have misconception about roaches. Yes, they do eat dirt, but roaches themselves are pretty clean animals, even though they are mostly in dirty stuff. They are clean. They don't have really that much bacteria on them, and oh, there's some roach poop, which is lovely. But yes, this 300 should be fine and should carry me to the end of the year, and by then hopefully I'll have my roach farm ready and steady to go. So yes, that's the roaches I got today. I don't have any roaches otherwise. I used to have Madagascar hissing cockroaches, but again they're hard to breed, so I never had luck with them. So Cynirea, dubia roaches, red runners, so lateralis roaches, Zophobomoria and mealworms. That's basically all the food I have. So now I'm gonna show you my roach farm. It's not the cleanest because I haven't cleaned it in a while, but the most purpose of this is you put the roach beetles, which grow from mealworms, and I'm gonna grab a tongue so you can see as well. You put the aliens that are basically larvae. Can you see it? Larvae. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. You put the larva from mealworms into your bucket or like separation tank like this. This is what it looks like. There's holes. I can't show you, but there's holes on the bottom of this, and the theory is that eggs, when you shake the stuff, when you shake the box, eggs go through it and they go to the bottom, and there the small mealworms are located. Right now, as I mentioned, I haven't cleaned the box out in months. I don't know, I have been kind of busy or just lost track of time and I forgot to do it. But yes, I usually do take the dead roaches out, not the dead roaches, the dead beetles out. And yeah, what I have is like a mealworm where I keep the mealworms. It's just a classic like box with like a bunch of holes in it. It's nothing special. And then from there, when they reach the alien form, like the larvae form, I move them in here, and basically when they hatch into the beetles, they are slightly brownish colors and then they turn into like blackish colors. They are alive for like 2 months, and after that the eggs are hatched here, and as I mentioned, the method to shake it up and the eggs fall down and they're in there. And also I keep them on, you can see it a little bit, but oatmeal, yeah, just oatmeal, oat flakes. I keep them in that. I have some big worms inside that, but that's just because I didn't take it. But yeah, what remains down there is poop, and if you know, it's kind of gross, but there are some little wormies inside here as well. You can see there it is, small ones. So yes, that's the whole process of my mealworm farm. I saw it online and I think it's a cool concept. My questions were that if like the beetles just eat this, they do just eat the larva, but they don't actually eat the larva. It's fine. I think some of them might get eaten, but in my experience, you can see a lot of beetles in here. I just put the larva in and the beetles don't really get bothered, because you can see like this is the all dried out beetles. I give them salad and everything on a weekly basis, or even less, like I think a few days, every few days, and they eat the salad and they don't eat the beetles. So the beetles do fully develop and the larvae fully develop and they turn into beetles. So yes, kind of a messy setup, which I apologize for, but that's like the easy and really super classic way to put them. Some stale old bread, cardboard to just let them climb. They don't eat the cardboard usually, but you know, bread, and then yeah, put some salad leaves, put some as well oat flakes, and they'll just leave on that finally, like the mealworms do. Usually mealworms, I just keep them in the oat flakes and give them salad, and don't give them too much because otherwise it molts. But that's basically the concept of the food, guys. I'm not gonna show you the mealworms where they keep them and the Zophoboworms because it's just a box. I think it's just stupid to just show you a box. It's basically a bra plus box with a bunch of oat flakes and salad leaves inside, and that's what they eat. But I'm gonna quickly show you or transport you into my dungeon of foods of basement, and I'm gonna show you what my roach setup looks like. So let's do that. Well, here we are with the roach colony. This is the Trinidad roaches. I fed them quickly, and then let's quickly go through it. That's a moldy apple, I need to remove it. But yeah, the colony state is not the best, as you know. So I'm letting them reproduce, and then we're gonna do it more. So lettuce, but you see the ones with the wings are the male, and the others are the females, but there's not a lot of them left in, unfortunately. On the bottom I just have soil. It's not poop, but I do change that often. So this is the bottom part is soil, as you can see. I do change it often, so don't worry, I change it every few months. And there is time to replace the egg cartons as well. I usually lay them down like this so the poop falls down, but this time it didn't work out too well. But you can see there are some females and males. The bigger ones are females crawling around, so the colony is sustaining, but the roach guy doesn't have them, so they're kind of rare to buy because I don't think anyone else has them in the country. So this is the Cinera roaches, not much to tell. Feed them salad, feed them cucumbers, feed them carrots. I don't feed them fruit because with oranges I had bad luck, so I just feed them with vegetables and dog kibble, because there it is. Of course I'm in my basement and it's a dark space, so hopefully the lighting is not the problem, but I do think that this place is too cold, especially in the winters, and I am thinking about heating this place up with some heat mats underneath so it gets warmer and better conditions for them, because they're tropical roaches. They don't live in colder environments and they reproduce especially when it's warmer. So that's one thing I need to look into, and of course I need to think of a way to change the substrate into something more permeable. But of course, again, this is a temporary thing. It's temporary dirty and I'm gonna change it also. Don't nag me. And yeah, lobster roaches. Editor put up the name Cinera something. Roach guy doesn't have them. They're pretty rare. And what's the special about them? The males look like this. When you touch them or squeeze them, when you feed them to tarantulas. Is there an egg? What's that? So maybe I was wrong and these are the females, because look at that, the ones with wings is laying the egg. Editor, pull up the facts. Is the one with wings a female or a male? Thank you, Mr. Editor. So yeah, that's the lobster roaches, or the Cinera ones. Close that thing up. Move to the other box, and this is the dubia box, and there will be a lot more of them. Again, should be stacked. I fed them 2 days ago. Should be stacked, but it's not. And when I lift up this lid, there should be 1 million dubias inside, and yeah, there are a lot of them chilling. And again, soil on the bottom is for poop and for eggs to collect, so they can hatch freely and easily. And yeah, look at them, a whole bunch of colonies, like small ones there, eggies, and as you can see them, they're quite fat, so they're growing up. I'm lacking a little bit of adult ones, but their adult cycle is 9 months, so when they are hatched from the egg to the adult size, it's 9 months. And that's way too long for my tarantulas to wait, so the Xophobo moria worms in the meantime should keep them happy and satisfied. Yeah, that's just one layer there on the bottom, because when you touch the carton they're not too happy. So yeah, the carton should be laid like this so the eggs fall down, and that's pretty much. But when you need to change it up, so I'm gonna change the cartons soon, so don't worry about that. Okay, that's the dubias. And lastly, let's look at Lateralis roaches, which are here. Oh my gosh, see, when I didn't disturb the box I noticed them, and look at that, they all came for the lettuce and they're still on it after 2 days. Look at all the holes in the lettuce. So yeah, pretty much the same concept. Eggs, should fall to the bottom, but of course they're not if it's like not laying on the side. Egg carton for eggs, nothing special here. And yeah, so yeah, the eggs are brown in Europe, they're not white like Americans, but that's the species of the chickens, so look it up guys. Brown egg is completely normal in Europe. Yeah, look at that, eating the salad. They must be so hungry. And yes, dog kibble, or moth, go away. Dog kibble is provided to them on a daily basis, and the fresh stuff I give them once a week. I'm gonna keep it up and provide it to them once every 3 days. So maybe if I feed them more, they grow bigger. But yeah guys, this is pretty much gonna have to be it for this week's video. Of course, as I mentioned, how you feed your tarantulas and everything is really important for them as well, because if you feed them crap food, they won't grow and they will just die. So giving them sufficient food. I mean, I'm not an expert on it, and I'm not, you see, it's not perfect conditions, but I guess if the tarantulas are molting and have no wet molts and are growing up well, I have done at least something right. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this a little bit more of educational content. Hope you liked the video. Leave a like, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye bye.